Hello, my name is Alyssa Imes, and I am an instructional designer here at Los Angeles Pacific University. And today I am excited to show you how to use artificial intelligence, also known as AI, to help build rubrics. So we're just going to jump right on into it, and I'm going to share my screen so I can share with you what I'm working on. So bear with me as I get this going. And you should see the tool Copy.ai pop up. So to help us build rubrics, what the most important part is having a really good prompt. And this takes a lot of practice. So don't get discouraged. Keep changing those prompts as you're learning and as you're making these rubrics. I have a prompt here that I'm using, and it says act as a professor at a university, because I want this AI tool to do that. I want it to think that it's a professor and have that mindset. And then I added in the university's requirements, and I also added in that I'm building a lab assignment. If you are not building a lab assignment and you're working on a discussion or on just a regular paper assignment, you would just change the wording from lab to whatever that is that you are working on. And lastly, I added in the point value that I want for my rubric. So from here, you can search, press enter, and have a basic rubric pop up from Copy.ai. So I want to show you what's going to pop up here, but it's not going to be as in-depth as I would like, but it is a great starting point. So as you can see, Copy.ai is forming a rubric. It has different criteria, and it has right up here the requirements that I asked it to include, which is great. And pretty quickly, a rubric is forming. And the point of this is, as an ID, sometimes it might take a little longer than we would like to build a rubric. So why not try using an AI tool to help with this? So let's check out this rubric that it came up with. The criteria says understanding of germs. And this lab is a lab where students are going to be looking at germs and how germs spread, just to have a little bit more background information. So we have understanding of germs, lab procedure, accuracy, safety, and techniques, data collection and analysis, lab report, and it adds up to 20 points. This is a good rubric, but I want to be a little more specific. So this is where you would use the AI tool, but tweak the prompts that we originally started with. So again, I'm going to come up here. I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it down into my search bar again. And then the next part is I want to look at my instructions that I built for this assignment, and I'm going to tape or paste that into the prompt. So I'm just going to paste in, here is my objective that I would like for this specific assignment. And then I'm going to also maybe put in a little bit of an intro to give this AI tool some more background information to help build the best rubric possible. So I just added in a little more information. You can copy and paste your assignment instructions or just give it some background, whatever works best for you as you're playing with these prompts. So again, we're just gonna see what it comes up with. So I kept all of the beginning, developing, accomplished, and exemplary, just like I asked it to, which is great. And it's adding in the criteria. Now, as we look at it, so we have understanding of the objective, demonstrates a limited understanding of the experiment's objective and is relevant to proper hygiene practices. You just kind of want to skim through what it's creating and see if it aligns to what your assignment is and what you need for a rubric. So as I'm looking at this, it aligns pretty well with what I am looking for in a rubric. Now, just an example, let's say that you want this hand hygiene practices to be a little more specific. Let's kind of look at that. So for the exemplary section, it says provides a comprehensive understanding of various hand hygiene practices, their benefits, and how they are essential to minimize the risks posed by germ transmission. Actually, I think that covers it. So let's look at a different one and see how we can change it. So we have demonstrates an advanced understanding of the experiment's objective, executes the experiment flawlessly, providing a clear and comprehensive visual demonstration. So I'm going to edit this criteria because my lab does not have a visual component to it. They are going to turn in a paper that summarizes it. So I'm going to update my prompt a little bit. So we have experiment execution. So down here, I'm not going to copy and paste my prompt again. I'm just going to say, can you remove this criteria? And then just paste the criteria in, not everything that I just did. Make sure you copy it. So experiment execution. Here we go. And let's see what it does. Typically, it is pretty accurate where the rubric will stay the same, but it will remove what I'm looking for. So let's see what it comes up with. But as you're building your prompts, I recommend just keep playing with them, keep tweaking them, because artificial intelligence, it's not perfect. And it does need the human interaction part of it, so you can tweak it, give it some more ideas in order to get what you're looking for. And the more that you play with these prompts and adjust them, the better you will get at getting a better product or just learning how to use different artificial intelligence tools in general. So let's compare this rubric, the one right before the one that we just loaded, and the rubric that is loading currently. So as we can see, it didn't load properly. It only included understanding of objective, which is not what I was looking for. And sometimes that happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste my original prompt with the assignment instructions. But I'm going to give it a little more information because I want to see what else it's going to come up with. So let's see. This didn't finish, so I'm going to type in transmission of diseases. All right. So we did come across this problem, and we're coming across one more issue, but it's a quick fix. So as you can see, my button over here in the right bottom corner is not there, but here it is. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer to just load. So just be patient with these tools, and we're going to, again, use the same prompt and see what it comes up with. So as it's loading, you just want to keep thinking about how you can better enter a prompt in, because that is the most difficult part about using artificial intelligence. So we have understanding of the objective again, the visual demonstration, hand hygiene practices, and lab report. So again, I'm going to try this out. So use the last rubric you created, but remove the criteria that says visual demonstration. Excuse me. So let's see if it will now do that. So it's loading, and it's typically pretty quick. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but just be patient with it. All right, so here we go. It's loading the rest of it, which is what we were looking for. So we have understanding of the objective, which I would like for this rubric. We have hand hygiene practices, which is also very important for this specific lab. And then we have lab report. So it did exactly what we asked, and it removed the visual demonstration. So if this rubric is what you're looking for, then you can go ahead and use it. But if there's something in here that you think doesn't fully align with your objective or your lab, then just again, take your prompt and adjust it, tweak it a little bit, and ask it to do whatever you're looking for. You don't need to type in the long prompt every single time. The tool keeps track of your conversation. So you can ask it little questions here and there just to tweak it, but it will hopefully align with what you're looking for the more that you play with the tool and just adjust your prompt. So for me, this rubric looks pretty good, and I would like to use it for a lab. So I'm not going to mess with the prompt anymore. I'm just going to use it as is. So this is just a little sneak peek on what an instructional designer does in their daily work life. So if you are interested in instructional design, you can most definitely check out our new program. It's a CBE program, and it's called a Master of Science in Instructional Design and Technology. So there's a QR code here on the screen. If it interests you at all, please go check it out, and we would love to talk to you and hear from you. Thank you for joining in today, and I hope that this tool and this demonstration will help you learn to build rubrics or just help you to use an artificial intelligence tool. Thank you. Have a good day.